Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a bonus episode of Podcasting After Dark. I'm Corey. I'm one half of the PAD team, and I'm flying solo in the US, but I am not flying solo on this episode. I have Fredrik Gustafsson. You all might know him as Alien. You all might know him as Predator Alien Collector on Instagram. And I have him all the way from Sweden on the show so we can review Alien Earth today. Fredrik, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, Corey. I'm doing great. Thank you.
I've been following you for a while and everything, and you and I have kind of talked back and forth, and we were trying to figure out a best way to get you on the show. And I figured, talking about Alien Earth will probably be the most interesting aspect of things. But before we get into that, um, how long have you been a fan of the Alien franchise, the Predator franchise? Are you an '80s kid?
Of course, I'm yeah, an 80s kids. I was. It started with the Star Wars. It was the first science fiction that I was growing up to. It was showing in Sweden about 1984, I guess. And I saw Star Wars, and it was super. I loved it, so I watched it over and over again. And Empire Strikes Back on VCR, and Jedi, Return of the Jedi. So that's where all started with science fiction, and it was all the figures and spaceships and everything like that. I was collecting every possible way I can find Star Wars figures and spaceships. So I had a big collection, and then Predator came, 1987, I guess. I wasn't so old there. I was 11 years old, and the first time I saw Predator, I I didn't sleep for several years. I was so afraid, but it was something mysterious about it, and he was camouflage. You didn't know where it was, so when you were walking, we were living in the country, so when you walked and it was night and dark, you watch up in the trees, and you were pretty. You run to get home. So I saw Predator first, 87, I think, and then I saw Aliens about a year after, and that movie was the the greatest movie I ever seen. I was totally sold on it. So then I was sold on Alien and Predator. So I wasn't sold 12 years old, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, everyone who listens to this show knows my history with Aliens. My dad took me to see it in the theater the summer that it came out. I was 8 years old, and it became my favorite movie of all time. Still is, obviously. My first movie experience that I can remember is seeing Return of the Jedi. I think I was about 5 years old, and that kicked off a lifetime obsession with Boba Fett. Um, I'm a bit of an armor file. For me, with aliens, I love the Colonial Marines. I love the
Yes.
dropship. I love the APC. I love Hicks, Pharaoh. I love all of them. But for me, what I loved was the armor that they were wearing. Like everything about it, I would just draw it. I would just stare at.
Yeah.
And remember, back in the day, we didn't have the internet, so we might only have that one production photo of Michael Biehn standing there with the pulse rifle, and you could only see what you could see and everything. But what drew you to Aliens the first time you saw it? Was it the aliens? Was it the Colonial Marines? Was it the action? Was it the scares?
I say, Corey, it was all of that you said now was something that I grew into, because the mystique, the darkness and the blue scenes, and the xenomorph that is a real person, Mr. Cartoop,
Yeah.
and the colonial their armor, like you said, Boba Fett, Mystique, Darth Vader, the helmet, the Predator, the helmet, everything with the armor is pretty cool. And I love Hicks and the pulse rifle. and Vasquez when she's let's rock and fired everything that grows to me at very spectacular, and the dropship, the Saluko, and the truck, the armored car Lance Henriksen is driving. Everything is real. It's made. It's a real truck, so the scenes are real. Everything is real. So it's not CGI or made in the computer. Everything was real, and that I like. Even with the Predator, it's a real man in the costume. So I like that very much. And the mystique, it's in space, and the music, the drill, and even some funny comments. Hudson is his jokes every
Yeah.
time. It's things that I'm always going to remember. So he's passed away. It's very sad, but his character Hudson was I liked it a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and I showed my nephew when he was 8 years old. I showed him Aliens, and now it's his favorite movie. And I showed him Predator about a year later, and it scared him, and we had to kind of turn it off halfway through. And that's fine, no big deal. He wants to watch it now. He's a little bit older now, but I asked him like, how come Aliens didn't really scare you, but Predator did? And he said that Predator takes place on Earth, whereas Aliens is another planet, so I think there was a bit of a disconnect, for him. But it's interesting because we showed my co-host Zach Predator to his 10-year-old son, or is Bodie 10 or 11, like 10 or 11, and both of those movies, and he also just watched Aliens as well. Both of those movies have become like a rite of passage for boys, like sort of boys to become men. You have to watch Predator or Aliens. And I feel like it was the same way for us growing up. Do you
Yeah,
feel the same way?
but yeah, a little bit. But the Predator, he's cloaking, and you didn't know where he was, and the chase scenes, it made Predator more scary.
Yeah.
If you see it, you have to excuse my English. I'm from Sweden, so
It's
I try to
okay.
keep up as good as I can. But the xenomorph is I said more lethal, more dangerous, more hate, no honor. He kills everything. Is in his way. The Predator at least have some honor, so it makes. It should be making the xenomorph more scary, but I was more afraid for the Predator than I was for the Alien.
I think I
But
was too. Me too.
the Alien in space, it's like it says in space, no one can hear you scream. And I was thinking about this last night when I was watching Alien Earth for the second time. I only see the show once, but I started to see it again a couple of days ago, and I was thinking about the mystique in the first Alien from '79. The ship, when it starts, is coming slowly. The camera goes over the ship like the Star Destroyer in Star Wars, and I like that very much because it's. I say it's the right word for it. It's a very heavy scene, and when it comes to Earth, it I didn't feel the same because Alien on Earth is very made well, but the darkness in the ship and LV-426 and this is that's Alien. It's really Alien for me. And in the starting scenes, when you're at the ship, it's almost exactly like the Nostromo ship. I like that very much.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
They made it very good. So
Yeah.
that I like a lot.
Okay, okay. So, real quick, before we start talking about Alien Earth, before we get into our full review, guys and gals, this will be a spoilery review. I don't really like talking about stuff and like holding back. So, we're gonna have spoilers. I hope everyone watches the show. I think it's worth watching, although it's not perfect. But before we get into it, you have an you have a museum. Can you tell everyone about the museum that you have and sort of the idea behind it and what you're hoping to accomplish with the museum in Sweden?
Well, I was starting to build in my basement in my house, and I was starting to collecting figures, Predator statues, NECA, and Palisades, and things like that. And it's starting to grow, and more I bought autographs on auctions. And then I think I really like to build the scenes in real, so I can sit in my basement and watch alien movies in the right mood. So I started to build, and now it's one, two, three rooms and a small one. And I've got one little small movie room. It's for two persons. There is where I'm sitting now, and a little bit bigger room with more speakers and stuff like that. And then I started the Instagram, and I was pretty early in contact with Mr. Carl Toop, the Alien Warrior, and we starting to write to each other and discussed this about my builds and everything. And then I really got into it. So I started to build with lights and paintings and everything I can make some so as real as possible. And then it's growing so big, so I was never expecting it to be this big, and it's growing out of my hands a little bit. So Swedish radio has been here, and the newspapers, and I got some personal greetings for Mr. Chavez and Miss Goldstein, and Carl Troop and Ella Gillis have wrote to me on Instagram, and more, a couple of more actors. So it's made me very, very happy, and I want to continue. So I try to spread word in Sweden about Alien and Aliens and Predator and the actors, and I'm going to start our own website to promote as much movie actors as I can to make it big in Sweden.
It,
Everybody has seen Aliens. They know Aliens
right.
from '79, but Predator not so many
Okay.
younger knows about. But Aliens everybody knows about.
Okay, so are those franchises, would you say is Star Wars bigger in Sweden than Alien and Predator?
Yes, of course it is. It's Star Wars is a lot bigger, but when I talk to people in the street and they see me on the newspaper and heard me on the radio, they say, "Oh, Alien! I know that one from the early '79 movie. We know that one and Sigourney Weaver and the scary monster. They know about it." So if you say Alien, people know about it. But Predator, not so many in Sweden is know what it is. So it's pretty sad. Everybody knows Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's Terminator or Conan or characters like that, but not Predator so much.
Oh,
So
so is
it's a bit sad.
Terminator bigger over there then?
Yes, Terminator. Yes, Terminator is big. Terminator is big,
Okay.
really big.
Okay.
So and Terminator 2 is I like that a lot. Even the spaceships is very similar to Aliens. The drop ship is similar, I think. So you can see a lot of that in Terminator.
Yeah. And guys and gals, I'll have all the links in the show notes, so you can go check out Fredrik's stuff and everything. Give him a follow on Instagram and whatnot. Um, did you read the Dark Horse comics back in the day, back in the '90s? The Aliens comics, did they make their way over across the sea over to where you were?
For the real big fans, I think they can get over it and get a copy of it. But it's not before the internet started that I know about Dark Horse and the comics. So I don't think I ever saw a Predator or Alien comics in the shop. I have never seen it in my younger days. It's now on auctions and sites like that you can buy them, but in the stores it was nothing.
Okay. When I was
And
growing up, that was all I read comic book wise was the Dark Horse, Alien, Predator, Terminator, and Star Wars stuff. So this was all before like Alien 3. So in my head, it goes like Alien, Aliens, and then it kind of goes off into the Dark Horse comics and
yeah,
everything. And I gotta say, and let's start talking about Alien Earth now, guys and gals. spoilers are coming now. Um, all like the stuff that they did with Wendy being able to, first off, Wendy being a human in a cyborg body, and then Wendy being able to talk to the xenomorphs. I've never seen anything like that in any of the comics. So to me, these were all fresh and exciting new ideas. What, like, I mean, I'm just hitting the ground running. What did you think about Wendy being a human in a cyborg body? And then what did you think about her being able to communicate with the xenomorph?
The first thing I was thinking about was when I saw the trailer for Badlands,
Yes.
and Deck is starting to speak. And then I was scrolling back. What did he say? Did he speak? So a little bit the same in Alien Earth, because it went pretty hardcore sci-fi at the time when it was the name from Morrow.
Yeah.
Morrow is the guy character when his knife is coming out from his arm, and I have never seen something like that in Alien franchise ever. It's Terminator you have seen this, not in Alien. So there I was thinking, okay, what's happening now? A cyborg in Aliens? You mean you got Lance Henriksen's character Bishop? He was xenomorph and white blood when he was hurt, but here is the guy with the arm of steel. And then when she's starting to communicate on the computers and the telescreens, and she can follow her brother on the screens, it was pretty hardcore sci-fi at the moment, if I can speak like that. So when she's starting to communicate with the xenomorph, it was a game changer. I wasn't ready to. I didn't see that coming.
Do you like that or not?
Yeah, it seems that you can see the intelligence of the xenomorph. They are pretty intelligent, and then you can communicate with them. I liked it, yes, but it only takes some time to to accept it, and even his arms when it grow out a knife. I think I'm going to like it, but at start I was confused.
Yeah. I also play a lot of Aliens video games, and there's this one called Dark Descent where you kind of control a squad of Marines and they can take damage and get cybernetic limbs. And so for me, seeing a cyborg with a robotic arm in the Alien universe wasn't that much of a jump to me. For me, the her talking to the xenomorph was what I found the most interesting because I've read in different books and in different video games that they communicate through like pheromones and stuff. But of course, nothing has ever been set in stone. You know, it's usually the main canon comes with the movies and the TV shows and stuff like that. So nothing's ever been set in stone. And I do believe that they can communicate. You know, I have no problem with that. So her learning the language, I was like, that was the part I was like, okay, this is interesting. But I was okay with it because again, it's stuff I've never seen before in the Alien universe. And at this point, I'm on board with something fresh and new. But I gotta say, my favorite parts of the show were where they were on that other ship, the Maginot, where they had all the aliens that they were collecting and everything. And then we got episode 5 was a mini alien movie was episode 5. That's my favorite episode of the series, but you mentioned it earlier, they were able to make it look like the Nostromo. How do you
Yeah.
think that they did on the design of everything, like making it feel like the show fit in the same universe? And technically this is 2 years before Alien. This is 2 years before the Alien movie technically. Do you think it fits, or is it too with the cyborg arm and everything, is it too, high tech?
Well, if now it's the language again, but I try to as good as I can. Uh, First of all, I was thinking when they are on the island, I thought about Dr. No, James Bond.
Yeah.
When they are on the island, the television screens, the sofas, the environment around it, it was Dr. No, James Bond. It feels a little bit like that. When you go to the Nostromo and the ship, it was perfect. I say everything, every button and every screen, everything was it was perfect because it was exactly like at the Nostromo. But when you're coming to Earth, and the television screens is almost like our television screens in the 70s. Almost, they are convex, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
they're a little
Yeah,
rounded.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not flat. So that I didn't like so much because it make it feel like a 70s show and almost like James Bond on Dr. No. But then it's super sci-fi when his hands is going to be a knife. She jumps from a cliff. I had never seen anybody do a jump like that in Aliens because Bishop didn't jump. He was like a regular person. So that was a bit weird. And I think everything except that is I liked a lot. Then the space scenes from the ship, and when they enter the ship, when it's crashed on Earth, and they're walking into the skyscraper and knock on the door for the party inside there.
Yeah.
That scene I liked a lot. And the xenomorph is sitting on the statue there, and then it's instant sci-fi. But then the old tech is so old, and on the other hand, when the cyborg is communicating with the screens and everything, it's really, really much sci-fi at the moment. So I think the gap is pretty big from the spaceship technology and to the Earth TV screens, LCD screens. So that's something I react a lot to.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, with aliens because you want to keep the look to what it was, but that was all designed in the late 70s, early 80s, and they didn't have, touch screens back then and stuff like that. So it almost creates this universe that's like a parallel universe from our own. Like it's almost like it's not our universe and everything like that. And I'm with you. Sometimes the technology didn't quite, match up.
No,
I
no, yes, exactly, exactly.
and I had the same problem with Prometheus and Covenant,
Yeah,
Prometheus being a prequel, and then the technology was just like so much higher than Alien. I was
yes.
like, that was a hard thing for me to sort of digest. But I'm with you when they're on the spaceship, when they're on the Maginot, that was
But
just
even if you watch Romulus, in the ship and at the planet, everything, that tech and that designs are pretty similar to Aliens. So there they did it perfect
yeah,
because it's not too high tech or not too low high tech. So there it matched pretty good,
yeah,
I must
yeah.
say. But
I like
then when
Romulus.
they started to talk about Peter Pan and Lilo and Stitch and uh, the characters in Alien, it didn't quite match the Alien universe.
Yeah. Well,
So
but going back to the Maginot ship, when we both love it clearly. What did you think of seeing the other alien life forms, like the eyeball one and the it was like a giant plant, you finally see it
yeah.
in action at the end. What did you think? How did you think they did handled the other alien species in the universe?
Well, if you put it like this, if you go first back when we start talking about comic books, in Sweden we had Hulk and Spider-Man, maybe He-Man. So you have played the video games and you have read the comic books. I have never read a comic book or played the video games. So I have only been nerding into the movies. So you have more how do I say, you know a lot about more about the Alien Legacy and Predator, and I do from the movies.
Yeah.
So for me, maybe a lot of these things that you have read about, you can see in the movies, but I have never read the comics. So maybe that's the reason that I think some stuff is quite unique for me. But when it's about the other alien life forms, the eyeball, I was thinking it's at start, what is this? But it serves the purpose. It takes over the host, and it's got a brain, and he takes the, like a little bit about the body snatchers or
Yeah.
something like that. But the other plant is a little bit like a little shop of horrors. It was a little bit too much. So it's a bold move to take in other life forms that not is a character, if I can say that.
I
It's not.
remember whenever I watched Aliens, and Gorman says a xenomorph may be involved, and Frost is like, a what? And then Hicks says it's a bug hunt. I always got the idea that the colonial marines sometimes encountered smaller aliens that they kind of had to kill and wipe out or
Yeah,
whatever, and that the universe had other aliens, but they were never as obviously big and powerful as the xenomorphs that they come into contact with. And it's all like more of like these type of things. Now I do think the eyeball alien is a bit more special, and I don't think they've ever dealt with that, but for the most part I always thought it was like little bugs, like little creatures, that, this and that. So for me, finally seeing other alien creatures was pretty cool. Even in the comics, they don't really show off too many other aliens, at least, outside of like more like cattle, like some kind of cow type of alien, that's not, it won't attack you. So it was actually kind of cool to see something that maybe would hurt you, but still not as bad as the xenomorph, you know?
yeah, and I think in the aliens they even got some signs that says bug hunters or something like
Yeah.
that on the
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
And they're speaking about bugs, or is it not a bug hunt, as you say? So you have never heard about another alien life form in the Alien franchise I'm used to, but they're speaking about uh, the planets they've been in the first movie. They want to pick up what's that called? The planet R2 in the first 79 Alien movie.
LV
Oh, I can't
426.
remember. No, in the first from 79, when
Oh,
the
oh,
Dallas is a captain, they are going to a place and pick up some cargo and they're going back.
yeah.
Things like that, I've always wondering about what's that for planet? Is it like Pandora? They got a mining company there. The Weyland-Yutani or the Weyland company is a greedy company. Do they have workers work there? And it's first in the Romulus, I think you get really the quite picture of how cruel the company is, and they almost they own people. You work for your life, or you're owned by the company. In Aliens and Alien, you work as a contract, but they're not so cruel, the contracts, like it is in Romulus. They're owning you. So it says about more about the persons, or and about the creatures. And I think Alien Earth is a little bit about that. It's maybe not the creature that is the most greedy or dangerous, it's people.
Yeah, because they even mention in Alien Earth, like to get another share, you have to like tack on another 65 years of like service, to get one more share of
Yeah.
whatever that is. So you're leaving your family behind, and that you're leaving your family behind. And we saw that with Morrow, who, by the way, my favorite character on the show was Morrow. I think he was awesome, the guy with the
Almost
cyborg.
like Yaphet Kotto. It's a very similar character than Yaphet Kotto, so that is very, very nice played.
But it is interesting to see the world is now corporations. There is no, United States. There is no Sweden. Everything is just corporations and everything. And that's kind of scary to me, and you're almost living in servitude. But let's talk about the xenomorph in this show. We saw two. We saw technically two because we saw the one on the ship. It eventually gets killed, and then we see the one in on Earth, in the woods and on the island and everything, and then we see a smaller one. But how do you feel that they did with the alien? How do you feel like it looked and how it behaved? Was it true to the movies, or was it a little different?
The alien on the ship at the first alien you see in the ship, it was all black, and it's very similar to the Carl Troop alien warrior from the Aliens. His teeth is not exactly as the old xenomorph, but he moved like the xenomorph, and you see a lot more of it. So I liked that you can see the whole figure in when he's running and when he climbs and jumps. So I like that a lot. And even the new xenomorph is like a little bit brown on the head, is different colors. And I think they are. It was really good acting because I like when you see the character in the whole picture, the whole screen, and you see how tall it is and how fast it is, because it's really fast and it's big. It's tall. So in the first movies you see only short scenes with the xenomorph. Here you got to see big chase scenes and his entire body. So that I liked very much.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked the look of them, although I do think that they kind of the way they shot it, the some of the scenes, the xenomorphs looked a little bit like a rubber suit, looked a little bit like a suit that they were wearing, but I'm that doesn't bother me so much. Like I can kind of look past that. I liked the sort of the camouflage head that the one on the island had. I liked that there was a difference. Like the one on the ship was almost like pure black, and then the one on the
Yeah,
island kind of was like greenish brown, which makes sense because it's kind of has to adapt to its environment. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
maybe if that one on Earth was born in space, it would be black as well, but because it was born here, it has more of a camouflage look to it. I loved that the interaction that it had, but really I loved seeing, and I think it was like the second or third episode when it just destroys the xenomorph destroys people in that apartment complex and everything. I mean,
yeah. In
he
the skyscraper, yeah.
it's like, wow, like the devastating power that this thing has. I mean, of course the military wants it. You would just drop a couple of them into a war zone and they would just decimate everybody. So, I mean, what did you think about the gore? I mean, this is probably the most gore and violence we've ever seen, in the movies, aside from a mouth getting a head or something. We saw people getting ripped in half.
Yeah, it's new for Aliens, because Alien has I don't see Alien as a gore movie and very bloody, because there are people dying all over the place, but it's not so much blood. Here, as you say, they ripping them apart. It's almost like the Predator. So that's a game changer,
Yeah.
and how fast they are and how strong they are, and they're adapting to the environment. So it's new. It's a quite new alien to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. And then this is the biggest spoiler. And guys and gals, if you want to stop now, this is the biggest spoiler. But what did you think of the final episode and how everything is a cliffhanger? Nothing got wrapped up at all. And we don't even know right now if there is going to be a season 2. I'm sure there will be. But what did you think about that final episode and just how the show ended? Like what did you think about as a TV show? How did you feel how it ended? Did you like the cliffhanger or did it leave you up like, annoyed?
Uh, both. I really liked the boy Cavalier character because he is very very well played, and you're growing to get sympathized with him because he has it rough as a kid and how cruel he has been now. So he is almost like he has no feelings. He only laughs and he sees the money and what he can make with it. So it's I think it's going to be a prequel. I think so.
And
I
if
think so.
and if they never make a season 2, if we never see any more, are you okay with how it just ends with everyone just sort of being in the jail cell and everything? They didn't wrap up anything.
No, I'm not happy about it at all. I want it to be a prequel, a new series, and I
Yeah.
really hope it's going to be a prequel. But then we got the Alien Predator universe.
Yeah.
I mean, Wayland AVP on the ice. Uh, where did they write this one in? So is the Predator in this universe too, or is it only aliens? So and now is Badlands coming, and Deck and Yutani and the droids or the cybernetics persons are in that too. So I think it's going to be a very exciting years to come in Alien and Predator franchise.
Yeah, I'm with you. I loved Prey. I'm very much looking forward to Badlands. I'm going to see that in the theater with my wife. And I do think we'll get a season 2 of Alien Earth. I loved everything up until that ending. But that is predicated on if we get a season 2, then I go back and rewatch this and then I watch season 2, then it's okay. But if we never get a season 2, I'll be very upset with how this ended. Now, Fredrik, I gotta say, I was also a little. We saw like proto pulse rifles in the first half of the movie, but or in the show. But when we finally got to see a real pulse rifle in like episode 6, when the when the Utani team comes to the island, I was so happy because I didn't think we were going to see an actual real pulse rifle, in this. And it's nice to know that obviously just like the real world, everyone's got different guns and everything, but it was nice to see a real proper pulse rifle. What did you think?
Yes, but I liked the scene where the soldiers are coming up from the water. And first of all, in the trailer, you think, is it an xenomorph is coming up? But it's soldiers. And the alien characters are not like muscled up. It's regular people. They are fit and strong, and like Michael Bean or Hudson or the characters, they are not uh, huge. They
They're
are
not Arnold
uh,
Schwarzenegger.
like no. So it's more you can you can it's more real. They're the Marines. They're going in LV 26. They are regular persons, but they are trained, but they are not huge muscle people. So I think that makes it more realistic too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
So
man. So just to kind of, finish the episode and then you're going to take us on a little bit of a tour of your museum. Um of the first season, do you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? What do you think? Or is it in the middle?
no, it's I liked it a lot, but it's like when I saw Prey and I saw the trailer for Badlands. The first time I saw the trailer for Badlands and saw Deck, I was very disappointing. It's not like the original Predator, but now uh, I like the Deck Predator character very much, and it's the same with Prey. But I've seen it a couple of times, and I'm growing to like it more and more and more. And I think it's going to be the same with Alien Earth. It's going to take some time to accept the characters and the tech and everything around it is not similar to the Alien and Aliens, but I'm going to grow to like it. So I give it a thumbs up. and I like the acting as well. The characters are very well played.
I'm
So
I had the similar experience with Romulus. I loved it up until the end. I didn't like the offspring at the end because I felt it was a little bit too much like Prometheus. But after having watched Romulus maybe 5 or 6 times now, I've become more, open to it, and it's less shocking to me at the end of it. I mean, I wanted to see a queen or something, but once I get past that, knowing that you're not going to, it makes it a little bit of an easier viewing. And for me with Alien Earth, I loved the entire series up until that last cliffhanger of an ending. But I am aware that if, we get another season, then it won't be a cliffhanger anymore, and it'll just be a continuation, and I'll be fine with it. But if we don't get another season, I don't know how many times I will rewatch Alien Earth if we never get another season, because that ending, I believe that, we should finish a story. They should finish
yeah,
a
yeah,
story, and so it's funny. So thumbs up all the way through, thumbs up. I loved everything they were doing with it, but that ending, thumbs down, but that could change if the next
yeah.
season
It can
comes.
change.
And
Yeah,
I hope that it doesn't take like 3 or 4 years for the next season to
no,
come.
no, no.
Uh,
Really, I think they are going to make or in the full making of a prequel. I hope so. I really hope so.
Me too. And it did well. I mean, ratings wise, it did really well. So hopefully we see that. So speaking of scene, why don't you show us around your museum, your personal museum a little bit?
Yeah, I'm in the alien room now,
Okay.
as
Okay.
I call it.
Okay.
So maybe I take my camera and I do a shift so we can see if I'm standing up here and see if I can make it like this. Here
Uh-huh.
is a Predator movie on. And here we got from the alien scenes.
Oh wow.
It's just Buster here. And here's the bad guys coming from the roof.
Wow. His walls, if you're listening on just on audio, the walls, well, they're coming out of the walls. They're coming out of the goddamn
Yeah, they're
walls.
coming out. Yes, they're coming off the goddamn walls. And it's a bad guy coming from the floor here. Maybe
It's
you see it. It's
yeah,
pretty dark now, but and here we got the face hugger.
face hugger.
And here is the room with lightnings on.
Wow. Oh wow, yeah. His doorway looks like, your typical something you'd see in the ship or something, but the
Yeah,
design is very similar.
yeah. That's what the thought when I was building it was from the Alien 4 and the lights from the floor when
Wow.
they're running on in the ship. There, it's like to get that feeling a little bit. And when you get in here, yeah, I got some tubes in the roof. So it's like in LV426, and of course the chestbuster here.
Yeah.
So that's I like it because it makes me feel like I'm in Aliens.
I mean, you are.
Uh,
You are.
and here you got what we was talking about before, the Polish rifle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and here's a guy is coming from the wall as well. And
Wow.
here is the nest.
Okay.
Here is a bad guy. It's made in Germany. Artist has made this one in steel.
Okay.
And here we got the Yutani logos.
My favorite
And I
logo.
made, yeah, and here is a nest. It's starting to build.
Wow.
An egg here, with lightning in it.
Beautiful.
And here we got some actors, Michael Bean and Veronica Cartwright, Lance Hendrickson, Ray Shamel, the first alien, and Mark Rolston, Michael Bean as well there. And here is mirror wall painting I made with
Oh wow.
yeah, I tried to make it as alien-like as possible. And
Wow.
here's some things from the AVP. And we are going into the little bigger room here.
Okay.
And here we got City Predator and the Giger paintings, of
Okay.
course. Mr. Carl Toop, his wall here,
Oh,
and more Giger. And here is Brian A. Price, the Predator,
oh yeah.
and the
It's
face mask.
a jungle hunter helmet. That is my
Yeah, yeah,
favorite. That's my favorite Predator helmet is the jungle
yeah.
hunter.
It's the same here. I love this helmet. It's my favorite.
I love the smooth lines of it.
Yeah, and here we got Alien Earth.
Yep.
It's
on
on the
on the
show now.
TV.
Yeah, and here is maybe I don't see. It's pretty dark, but here we got the sound systems and everything, and
Wayland
built
Yutani.
yeah, and all the CD discs here
Oh
built
wow.
in, and here we got Dutch is best, and
His best
the
is M16.
yeah, and Mr. Billy Soul here,
Yeah,
Sonny Landham,
Sunny Landham, yep.
yeah, and knife, and Mr. Chavez, as we was speaking about before.
He's a great man.
Here,
He's a really nice guy. Richard is
yeah,
great.
really nice guy, and Arnold, of course, and I don't know if you see it, but Sean Black here too, autographs, and I did all the identity tags here as well,
Wow.
the names on it, and of course Sonny Landham's hat. So I used to talk to his daughter, Priscilla Landham. Is a very nice person too.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
yes, I would really like to meet Sonny Landham, but unfortunately he's not around anymore.
Yeah.
And here we got
That's with me
Dex.
with I wish I could have met Al Matthews, Apone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was a real Marine,
Yeah.
real warrior. Yeah, and Deck, of course, the new Predator
Yep.
helmet, and the big guy.
Wow. That's like life size
The,
almost. Oh,
yeah,
Prey from Prey.
yes, it's really big. It's the Berserker, and here we got the Berserker as well, and the Pred Dog, Carl Waiters, and the entire team here, and Skull. And this is the latest autograph. Is Mr. Bill Duke. This
Oh,
was Mr. Chavez that was kind, and Mr. Wade was kind to fix this for me, signed it
wow.
for me. And here we got some more Predator statues. And here I made a special alien bar as well. Is Headless Hope bar with
Wow.
the freezer here. You got drinks, cool drinks, if you're coming and see me in Sweden. And special designed alien drink.
Wow.
So and we got, of course, special drinks in this bar. It's alien drinks.
In the upper right hand corner, was there a Colonial Marine helmet over there in the upper right to your right? Is that a helmet up there?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a Colonial Marine helmet?
No, it's actually a Swedish war helmet.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it's not the real Colonial helmet, but I was really like one.
Well,
And here we
you
got
gotta represent your people too, you know?
yeah, and here we got from the Elder Predator's gun, and here we got the man himself, Mr. Giger. Some more aliens. Here is some stuff I build,
Wow.
and this one I built from for the Prometheus.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh wow. You're
And
very artistic. You
no,
create a
no,
lot of
no,
this
no,
stuff.
no. This one, Björn Elmort has made this one.
Okay.
He did the orch and things like that. Very good with building lightsabers and things like that.
Okay.
And here we got some more aliens, a personal from Mr. Carl Troop. And here I made an alien egg
Wow.
and an alien light. And here is my most precious item, these slippers. Mr. Carl Troop made for me and one for my wife for Christmas. And he was reading a letter to me in Swedish.
Wow.
So I'm very happy about that.
Wow. I got to ask, what does your wife think about all of this?
Uh, she's quite supporting, really. She got her garden and flowers and a greenhouse and things like that. So I helped her creating some gardening, what we call it, floor rabatter, we say in Sweden, and she likes that, and she's have a very nice garden. So she's
She's
in the
happy.
real world, in the real world, and I'm in the fantasy world. So
Did she watch Alien Earth with you?
yeah, she liked it a lot. She
Okay.
liked Alien Earth a lot, and even Predator movies. So she was really into to Alien Earth, I must say.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's Fredrik
So
Gustafsson. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I know it's later there for you than it is for me, but I really had a great time chatting with you. We have a lot of similar interests in all of our movies. We were talking offline, all different movies that we love and stuff. But I hope everyone goes out and follows your account on Instagram. I'll put the all the links in the show notes, but it's if you need to look for it, it's Predator underscore alien underscore collector. Um, on Instagram, I'll make a collaborative effort with this post and everything, so you can just follow it. But everyone, give you a follow. Is there anything you want to plug over there that you're working on, or the Facebook page or anything like that? Do you want to plug?
yes, I'm trying to make a website as soon as possible, and there I can present the actors and people that in the pods like yourself and John Henderson and people like that, and to make the franchise grow bigger in Sweden. So the people that don't heard about Aliens and Predator franchise, they can watch it and try to make it big in Sweden as well.
I love it. And if
Uh,
and if that website is not out now, whenever it is out, just send me the link and I will put it
yes,
in the
of
show
course,
notes
of
for the
course, of
future.
course. I'm very happy to be on your show, and excuse my language, but I'm from Sweden, so I'm not as good to speak English, but I do my best. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying.
Oh, it was a blast, my friend. We've been friends on Instagram for a while now, so it was nice to finally get a chance to meet you, and then maybe one day I can meet you in person, hopefully.
Yeah, I looking forward to that. So the door is always open, and the basement, of course.
Of course. And then my wife can go work with your wife up in the green room,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my wife in our apartment, we have plants everywhere, but then I have like Star Wars and He-Man and aliens action figures and toys all throughout the plants and everything. So I think we kind of you and I have kind of a similar relationship with our wives
I
too.
think so. I was building a dam and waterfall and a fontaine for my wife a couple of weeks ago, and I said to her, "Can I make an alien head with the jaws going out and water coming from it?" But no, there I draw the line. She said, "No,
She-
no, no, not outside.
She's
You
yeah,
can be in
she's
your
like,
cellar."
you could do it down in the basement. You can't do
Yeah, in the
I
basement, but not in the garden.
That's great. I love it. Fredrik, this was so much fun. This was great chatting with you. Hopefully, maybe we can chat again, maybe after Badlands or something like that. We can
Yeah,
we can
looking
figure it
forward to it.
out. Because now I have your time zone in my iPhone world clock, so I
Yep.
know what time it is. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your night, yeah, the end of your night to hang out and everything. And yeah, everyone, guys and gals, go follow him on Instagram and Facebook and everything, and let us know in the show notes or on Instagram what you thought of Alien Earth, and throw out your ideas, and we can keep the conversation going on social media. But Fredrik, thank you so much, and I hope
Thank
you have a
you,
great
Corey.
night.
Thank you. Thank you.